Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have the new collection from Madam Glam. This is April's collection. Now I'm not sure the name of this collection yet because it's not quite out yet, but I will pop it up on the screen here for you guys as soon as I find out what it is, and it'll be in the description of this video. So and again, I'm not sure because this showed up in 2 boxes. I got 2 full boxes this month, and was super excited because didn't know what was coming. But it looks like we have like 2 separate collections, maybe. Again, I will kind of know this stuff once it's actually released, so this will be kind of like, you know, a moot point, I guess. But what I am thinking, what my brain is telling me, is that there are like 2 separate collections. Now they have been doing recently with their new launches, they've been doing like separate bundles, so you can get like the last one had like the glitter bundle and the cream bundle. So I think this is the same, although this one is a little bit bigger. And by that I mean we have 6 cream shades, we have 6 cat eyes, and we have 2 toppers. So we have 2 full collections at a 6-piece collection, including 2 toppers that I would assume go with the cream. So the cream collection with the 2 toppers would be a full 8-piece collection, and then 6-piece cat eye. So I'm assuming that they're bringing these all out together in a huge bundle, or they're breaking them up into the separate bundles. Maybe you can get the topper separately, the cream separately, and the cat eye separately. Again, I will pop little things up on the screen once I see what it is and do my final edit for this video and get it posted. But when I tell you that these polishes are beautiful, they are beautiful. So in this first box here, I have the cream shades, and I'm going to try not to like dump them. But we've got some pretty like bright pastels, and then this is one of the toppers that we'll go over. And then in the second box, my favorite, we have the cat eyes. Oh, and I'm gonna drop these all over the place. So we have 6 cat eyes that are in like matching shades to the cream shades, somewhat, and then our other topper in here that I will go over with you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna get these swatched. I'll turn the camera around and we'll go through them, and then I'll get them swatched, and then I'll do my little comparisons. We might have some that are similar with the creams. You know, there's only so many colors that you can do with creams, but the cat eyes, I don't think we have anything like this. I think I have something similar to this from a different brand with the cat eyes, but Madam Glam has my heart, so I'm gonna kind of love these a little bit more. But like, so this one, for instance, I don't know if I can really show it. This one's the purple cat eye. This one's my favorite, spoiler alert. This one is my favorite of the bunch, and I've already used this. If I can, I'm gonna try to pop up the picture. If not, go check out my Instagram, because I post everything on Instagram that I do for my clients, good, bad, and ugly. I try to post everything. I might be a little behind, but by the time this goes up, I'm sure I've posted that. So go check it out. It's LynNails_81 as well. I'm that pretty much everywhere on Facebook. Well, Facebook, it's just Lynn Nails. Or me personally, if you know me personally. But yeah, I was super excited to receive this package. So a huge shout out and a huge thank you to Madam Glam for sending me this collection to share with all of you. By the time this is posted, the day this is posted, it will be available for everybody. And again, I will have popped up on the screen. I know I keep saying that, and that's asking a lot of editing, Tara, so sorry, future Tara. But I will have probably popped up on the screen if this is broken up into different collections, separate collections, or if it's all one big collection. I'm sure there's going to be multiple ways that you can pick these up. I am going to break them up into the creams and the cat eyes, and then we'll do kind of like the paired kind of comparisons amongst the collection. And then I'll go over the swatches. Yeah, words are hard. I'll go over the swatches and we'll do some comparisons and see if we have anything that kind of compares to it. So if this is something that you might be interested in, if you're looking forward to seeing these colors, if you're new to Madam Glam, hi, hello. This is my favorite gel polish brand of all time, and I've been using it for about 8 or 9 years now, maybe 7 or 8 years, because I didn't find them right away when I started doing nails. So I have quite a collection. If you've seen any of my videos, if not, go check them out. I have some renovation videos that I show kind of my polished wall that is like that way. I'm mirrored, so I'm going to be flipped, but to me, it's over here. It's like where you guys are. It's along that same wall. So I have quite a collection. I have some of their early stuff. Well, I mean, I guess it's kind of early stuff. I'm not sure exactly when they like fully started as a brand, but I found them about 7 or 8 years ago and became a VIP member. I'll go over that a little bit more as we're going through the swatches and how you can get your hands on some Madam Glam, as well as I will pop it up here on the screen somewhere. My discount code is LYN35, and that will save you 35% off of like non-sale items on their site. Me and my husband were trying to figure out exactly what it would take that off of, because he doesn't have the VIP membership. I have the VIP membership. So every time I tried to check to see if my code worked, it would sign me in, and then it was a VIP and it was telling me I was already getting a discount. So he tried it, and there were a couple, like the new collection that had just come out, it didn't take it off of that, because I believe they do release them at a little bit of a bundle like discount when they first launch them. So you probably won't get an extra 35% off of that, but they do usually run 30 or 40% off sales. They do some 50% off sales for non-VIPs occasionally. I have not yet received any special 50% off code for you guys to use, but there might be some sales coming up. They usually do sales around holidays and all that kind of stuff. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And yeah, let's turn you around and we'll get to swatching. Alrighty guys, I am back. I got my camera turned around and we are ready to swatch all of these beautiful polishes from Madam Glam. So once again, this is the April collection or collections. I will put it up on the screen. And so again, we have our 6 creams, our 6 cat eyes, and then the 2 toppers. So I am going to go ahead and get all of these out of here and get the boxes out of the way so we can take a look at all of our beauties. Okay, so we have 6 creams, 6 cat eye, and 2 toppers. Let me see, am I zoomed in as far as I can zoom in? Yeah, now I'm kind of off center a little bit. Okay, here we go. So I know that my camera is not going to do them justice. I've got like some lights on. I've got my ring lights on, not all the things. So we'll just kind of have to see how it goes. To fix my chair so that I'm not falling. Oh no, I just kicked that. Sorry, I'm shaking you. Okay, so let's go through our 6 cream shades first. I'm kind of a weirdo, so I kind of always go in rainbow order. But I think that's just like how they look the prettiest. So pretty. So we have a pink, kind of a, we'll say like a salmony red-ish color, a yellow, a green, a blue, and a purple. So our first one here, this pink, is called Bunny Bliss. So we have Bunny Bliss. And it is a super creamy, oh, I'm gonna lose the little topper, there we go. It's a super creamy, very pale pink. Very pretty. Nice spring. It's not like, it's not quite as pale. Maybe it cures a little bit paler. But it does have a little bit more of a pinky hue to it. A nice, somewhat bright pastel. That's the lightest of the group. So next up we have our red one, which is called Tulip Flame. Tulip Flame, and it is like the salmony red color. Super pretty. These are like super creamy, but not in a weird thick way, if that makes sense. Like they're very pigmented, but almost have a little bit of that like jelly type feel to them. So then next up we have our yellow. This is a beautiful pale yellow. I love this yellow. It is Sunshine Love. That's what we need more of in this world. Sunshine Love. This is a very, very pretty pastel yellow. It's a bright pastel, but not like overly bright. So it's very, very springy. Super pretty. And these also have the rounded, like the new rounded brush that they have been coming out with recently, that I think are replacing their old style of brush. Next up we have our green, which is a nice like pale sagey springtime green, which is called Springtime. Springtime, when the grass turns green again and the bugs all come out to play. It's a very pretty, bright but muted green. Very pretty. Almost has a little bit of a dusty quality to it, but not like a fall green, I guess, if that makes sense. Next up we have our blue, which is a super pretty, almost almost periwinkle, but not quite. Like, I mean, obviously compared to the purple, it is very much blue, but it does have a little bit, leans that way, just slightly. And this one is called Tidal Glow. Tidal Glow is our blue. And this one is, again, kind of got that little bit of a dusty quality to it, but still a nice bright pastel. This reminds me a little bit of Bluebell, I believe, from an earlier collection. And then last up for the creams, we have our purple, which obviously my favorite. And this one is called Lilac Bloom. So we have Lilac Bloom. Very pretty lilac-y purple color. Again, a nice, got almost a little dusty, muted quality to it, but a very bright pastel. Super pretty. Okay, now we'll go ahead and do the toppers, and then we'll take a look at the Cateye. So these two toppers are similar, but very different. So we have our first one here. We'll do this one first. This is like the little speckles, and this one is called Glam Sprinkles No Wipe Top Coat. So it is a no wipe top coat formula. No wipe top coat. And it has the speckles. And they are all the same size, it looks like little polka dots in spring colors. I don't know if I can get it to focus. You can see it's just kind of speckly. This will look really pretty over any color, basically. You know, if you put it over pink, obviously you're going to lose those little pink sprinkles. If you put it over a blue, you'll lose the blue sprinkles. I mean, but you'll still see them. But yeah, this over a white will be awesome. I don't think there's white. Is there white in there? Maybe. But yeah, so that one was Glam Sprinkles. And that is the little baby sprinkles. Now this next one here is called Love Sprinkles No Wipe Top Coat. So we have Love and Glam sprinkles. And this one has the chunkier glitters. It looks like they took this one. So they took this one that's got the little sprinkles in it and they added some chunky sprinkles to it because it does have some little sprinkles and some big sprinkles. And most of the chunky ones look like they're pink or like shades of pink, along with some medium blue and green. And yeah, but most of the big chunks are pink. Oh, focus. There we go. And then it's got those little, which look like they're multicolored, with some green and some pink and some blue, of the little guys. So there's our two toppers, and I'm assuming, I could be wrong, but I'm assuming that this would be like, you know, a complete collection. They might sell it like this, they might sell it like this, and then these are separate. Who knows? I will know more once it is, you know, actually live on their website. So moving on to our cat eyes. Okay, so moving on to our cat eyes, we have 6 cat eye, I want to say holographic cat eye. I'm not sure that all of them have holographic in them, but the darker ones you can see a little bit more. But let's start again with our pink. It is called Blush Twinkle. So we have Blush Twinkle, and it is a super pale pink. And it looks like it's got a little bit of a holographic going on. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Sometimes the colors can get a little blown out. This one is reminiscent of the one that they came out with for their Valentine's Day collection. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but it was the lightest pink that they had in their collection. That's what that one reminds me of. Sorry, my phone. I forgot to turn on Do Not Disturb, and I just got a message from my husband that he sent me a couple days ago. Now my phone is gonna go crazy with, oh, hold please, I turn it back on Do Not Disturb. Okay, alright, so moving on, sorry about that. We have our red one, so the next one up is Glazed Candy. Glazed Candy, and it is our red. Is a super bright red. It's jam-packed with glitter, lots of twinkle, some holographic going on in there as well, and beautiful. Okay, so then next up we have our yellow or gold, which is called Bedazzle. So we're gonna be bedazzled with this one, and it is pretty much a straight up yellow gold. Now I don't know that one has the square brush. Was I paying attention to the other ones? Did they have the square brush too? So this one's just kind of a straight up gold. It does have some holographic going on. And it is also Cateye. I don't know if these are flash reactive. We'll have to see when I do the swatches. But now I'm curious to see what kind of brush. Oh yeah, this one's square too. I wonder if this collection was in the works before they started switching over. You know how like you gotta use up what you got before you transition over? I wonder if this collection, you know, kind of came out, or they were in production before they switched over their brushes. But anyways, here the next one is our green one. It is a super pale green called Lime Flash. Lime Flash. Oh yeah, that one's really pretty. So again, kind of like almost a sagey green. Very soft, pale, very sparkly. It's a holographic. Obviously it's got the Cateye going on in there. So we'll see that on the swatch. So next up is our blue one. Our blue one is called April Showers. So there we go. So April showers bring May flowers. Anybody learn that in school? I obviously flubbed it up real bad, but we always used to say that. April showers bring May flowers. What do May flowers bring? Pilgrims. You know, because of the Mayflower and the, you know. Anyways, the blue one here is kind of like a nice, soft, icy blue. Reminiscent of the one from the Valentine's Day collection, Icy Touch. I do remember that name. This one has the holographic in it as well. These ones aren't quite as foily as the past collection there that they came out with, the Magnetic Love. These ones are more just like straight up glitter. Also has the flat brush, so that's good that at least the whole collection has the same brush, because that would be annoying. And last but not least, my absolute favorite of all time ever, in any collection, is always the purple, because it's my favorite color. We all know this by now. And the name of this one is Heavenly. Very fitting because this color is very heavenly. It is beautiful. I love this. I want this on my nails. This is probably going to go on my nails when I get a chance to take this poor grown out set off that I've had on for about 3 weeks now, maybe longer. Maybe I'm getting closer to 4 weeks. But this is the Mocha Cherry Cateye Collection. I did the Rose Taupe and Wine and Berries. So Rose Taupe on this hand, Wine and Berries on this hand, and then I did a floral foil over top to add some little accents underneath that Cateye. Looked really pretty. But anyways, back to my favorite of this whole entire collection, our Heavenly purple color. Oh, I love this one. I love it. Love it, I love it, I love it. Now, I have used this. I probably said that in the intro. I used this on a set a couple days ago. And it turned out really pretty. I just did the, like, velvet Cateye. We didn't do, like, the Cateye. And it was super sparkly and super pretty. It basically matched her inspiration picture that she showed me, so it came really close and I was super happy. So yeah, so here's our 6 Cateyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all these swatched for you, and then I will come back and we'll do our comparisons if I have time to do it today. I'm probably not gonna have time to do it today, so movie magic, it'll all be in this video, but I'm gonna have to get them swatched and labeled, and then maybe later this evening I'll do the comparison part of this video. So hold tight, because it's gonna all be in this video. but I'm not gonna have time to do it right now. So yeah, enjoy the little swatch video that I will insert right about here. But before I forget, while I'm holding this bottle, I'll talk a little bit here about Madam Glam and the VIP program that they offer. So you can sign up to be a VIP member of Madam Glam, and it is $29 a month. It is an auto bill, so like you put your credit card on file and they auto bill you each month, usually around the first of the month. It's usually by the end of the first week, you know, of the month, if it's not the first of the month. And it goes into your account as a credit that is dollar for dollar. So it's not like there's no fee to be a member. It is just basically an auto bill program to know that like they have a customer that's going to spend at least $29 a month, right? So you sign up, you put your credit card on file, and then they charge you $29 a month. That goes into your account to be spent dollar for dollar on anything from their website. So any of the brushes, lamps, gels, skincare, any of the stuff that they're coming out with. They've got some lotions, you know, the builder gels, gel paint, all the different things. So you can spend it on anything. You can spend it each month and take $29 off of your total. Like if you're going to purchase a whole collection, you can use those $29 in credits towards your purchase, or you can save it for a couple months and then go on a shopping spree and spend all of your credits and in like one shot. Or you can save it up as long as you want and then splurge like around the holidays and get like the advent calendar or anything special that they would come out with, you know, towards the holiday type season. You can cancel it anytime. You can also pause it, I believe. I'm not sure exactly on that, like how that works, if you just have to email them or if there's something that you click on their site, because I've not personally looked into it or done it. But I can find out that information if you would like to know that. Leave me a comment down below and I can reach out and ask about that for you. Alrighty guys, I am back. I'm all swatched. It is later the same day. So I'm all finished for the day, done with my clients, got everything cleaned up and put away. And so let's go over these polishes. So we have our 6 creams, which are over here, and our 6 Cateye, which are over here. I wasn't even paying attention to the way I had them set up, so they're backwards, but that's okay. And then these are also backwards. So those are that way, our 2 toppers, which I guess you can't really see that far away, but our cute little toppers. Maybe focus. There we go. Okay. Pretty. Okay. So I'm going to get the bottles out of the way because we don't really need to look at those anymore. And then we shall pull our handy dandy container of swatches And I will start out with our toppers, just because I think that's going to be, you know, a pretty quick, easy kind of run through. So this is my glitters, starting with our silver, like white, silver, gold, rose gold into like the pinks, neutrals, pinks, and then pink, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. And then down here at this end is all of my toppers. So let's grab our first section here, and the ones that don't really go, I mean, obviously those aren't going to go. Do I have you guys zoomed in all the way? Yeah, let's zoom in a little further. So obviously this one, Firework, is not going to be, you know, the same, obviously. So I'll just kind of buzz through some of these. This one is more like a full coverage, like holiday glitter. That was from one of the advent calendars, not this past year, maybe a couple years, from 2022. It was from 2022 advent calendar. Okay, so we have Celebration, which is the other red, white, and blue. Let me get those scooted out of the way so that we're kind of focusing on what we want to focus on. Okay, so we have touches of silver, not going to compare. Now here is this one, it's called Luminous. I'm not sure if this one is still available, but it's more of like a bar glitter. But it has that kind of pink and blue, kind of that same feel. It was also, I believe, in a spring collection along with this one that is Fiery Energy, which is the pinks and the greens and the yellow. So those came out in a set a while back. We have our Sparkle On, which is more of a glittery topper. Dalmatian is a black speckle glitter that's got a little bit of holographic in it. I'm actually, you know what, I'm going to grab both of these since they're very similar. I'm not going to go through all of those twice to compare, because there's only really a couple, I think, that actually maybe look like it. And that one is from Daily Charm. That's a iridescent topper from Daily Charm. So we have Funfetti. So this was a topper that they did a few years ago, and it's just like iridescent sparkles. And they're pretty chunky. It's kind of sparse. You kind of have to play with it a little bit, but it's kind of neat to put over some dark colors and add to like some backgrounds for some nail art. Let's see. These ones are not from Madam Glam. Here is the other black speckly one called Spot Me. I believe this one is a matte top coat. I just put a clear coat on it so you can see it better on the swatch. We have Arctic Blast. This one might have been from an advent calendar, but it's more of like a shard glitter. We have Polka Bunny. This one came out a few years ago. It is the white speckly, so it's got some medium and some like fine white speckles in it. Not from Madam Glam. So we have Touches of Bronze. That's one of their new shard glitters, and Touches of Gold, which is the gold shard glitters. And then that one is a holographic from Daily Charm. So these are the two that I thought it would be like most comparable to, and it's really not. But we have King of Glam and Ocean Pearl, and those are both a no wipe top coat. So they are both the toppers. The King of Glam is probably the closest to our Love Sprinkles, in that it has the different size glitters, but they're more matte. There's white, there's like that reddy pink, green, and the tiny little blue, and I think it's got some tiny little white ones. It's kind of a mixture, kind of a mixture. A little bit more like green and purple, where this one is like pink and blue. So they're similar but very different, if that makes sense. Like kind of the same vibe, but different glitters. And then Ocean Pearl is more of a shard glitter, so it's those irregular pieces, and it's a little bit more of an iridescent kind of feel. So nothing that really dupes our Glam sprinkles, which is the small little tiny dots. This one kind of reminds me of a polish from Gelish called Lots of Dots, but those are more like neon kind of speckles. But these are what appears to be just little dot glitters. I don't believe those are hex glitters. I think they're just round, but little teeny tiny ones. So nothing directly compares. Okay, so nothing directly compares to our toppers. Oh wait, do I have a few more? I have a few more back here. I don't think any of these are really gonna compare. The other like shard glitter topper here was Bunny's Freckles. This was from the Easter Egg collection from last year. So it has lots of yellow and some blue shards, looks like some pink shards, and then some white, and maybe a little bit of a metallic-y holographic kind of glitter in there, but not comparable to our new toppers in this collection. And the rest of these are either holographic or iridescent, or not from Madam Glam. So that takes care of our toppers. Move on to our creams. So again, this is my, I think this is called a lip gloss container. I found it on AliExpress. It's like a 24 grid lip gloss organizer container. So it's got 3 squares and then it goes across. If you're new here, if this is the first video that you've seen of my swatch and comparisons from Madam Glam, this is where I keep all of my swatch sticks for my clients to kind of pick through and find what they want, and then we kind of go from there. It is kind of haphazard, but I like it that way because on the rings it was getting very difficult to compare colors without like on the same wheel. If they were far enough away from each other, it was too hard to get them close enough to compare, and then I was pulling bottles down off of my wall to compare the swatch tops on the bottles to, you know, try to see what worked, and it was just getting frustrating. So I happened to see, I believe it was Talia from Talia's Nail Studio, I think is what her channel is called now, but she actually did kind of the same thing, I think, with her swatches, where she had them in like open containers so that you can kind of just pull one at a time or whatever. So anyways, that's my long story as to how I ended up doing that. So I'm just going to kind of run down the rainbow here, and we'll start with our light pinks. And go from there, because I have a feeling, I mean, although I think these are going to be somewhat close, I don't think it's going to be an actual dupe. But let's pull all these guys out. Pinks. I'm going to like kind of go through the sheer ones we really don't need, because these are a cream finish, so I don't think that we necessarily need to go through those. So let me kind of pull those out here while I'm looking, and we'll get those out of the way, because obviously they're not going to be needed in this comparison. Okay, so we'll buzz through these real quick, and then I do have a few other like lighter pinks that are here in this front section if we don't find a dupe for it. So I'm just going to kind of run through. If there's any that look super close, then I'll do a little bit more closer up. But so we have Ballerina, which is more of a nude. Cupid is a little bit more on that peachy side. Bring My Latte is a lot darker, kind of dustier. And we have the Boardwalk. This one is similar, but what is this one called? Bunny Bliss. So Bunny Bliss is a lot lighter than what the Boardwalk is. Cherry Petals. So this was the one I think it was going to be closest to, and Cherry Petals looks almost white compared to it. But they are, I mean, they're similar, but not the same undertone. We have Baby Pink. This is kind of like the OG pink. They look closer on camera than what they do in real life. Baby Pink has just a little bit more of a peachy undertone. Bubblegum, a lot darker. We have Playa. That one is kind of more of a peachy. Summer's Coming, Belle Epoque are both darker. Queen of Glam, here's another one that is super similar. Bunny Bliss, is that what it's called? Bunny Bliss. It almost leans a little bit more like almost purpley compared to Queen of Glam. And Queen of Glam is just a little bit brighter. But these are super similar. Like definitely not the same, but similar. You wouldn't necessarily need both, but if Queen of Glam is not available anymore. Austrian Wonder is more of a white. It's got like a purple. We have like a glitter stuck to it or something on there. But it's more of a white with like a purple undertone. Royal Pink, way brighter. Flirty is more of a neutral. Baby Girl is a whole lot darker, brighter. It's more of like a, almost like a jelly. Oh, that's another sheer one. Rosy Nude is more of a neutral. Spring Petals kind of has the same vibe, but it's darker. We have Lotus Fever, which is peachier. All Natural, which is also peachier, more of a neutral. Cozy Blanket, that is more of a, like almost an off-white gray. Pinkster, this was from the 2023 Easter egg. And although it is similar, it does have more of like a peachy undertone that I don't think it's picking up on camera. But it's far different. And then Sakura is more of a purpley undertone. So nothing too super close except for what did I say, Queen of Glam. Those ones are pretty similar. I think Bunny Bliss is just a tad bit darker. Just a tad bit darker. Okay. Now, I don't think it's going to compare to any of these brighter pinks, but we'll just kind of check. I got a couple of lighter ones here. This Pink Me Up, way darker. Inner Peace, way brighter. Juliet's Vow, that was from, I believe, February's collection, way brighter. Spirit Guide is more of a pinky purple. Perfect Pink, which that looks really pretty together. Those would look pretty in a set together. Tulips, brighter. Hibiscus, this would also look pretty with this together in more of a neutral set, but definitely different. It Girl is way darker. My Crew, way brighter. You're the Pink, looks like it's coming off of my swatch stick. It's not, it doesn't look that weird, but you can see it's kind of peeling because I paint the underside of the swatch stick and sometimes they kind of pull away and they pop off and then I just re-swatch it and that's all good. Rose is, this would also look pretty with that. It's like a darker version of it, same kind of undertone. And then You Free Tonight is more of a peachy undertone. The rest of these in here, I believe, are going to be Love's Veil and Kobe, which are very similar together, but darker. I don't think any of these other ones are going to be brighter. They're more neon. So there's our pink one. And moving on to the red. Now this one is not really red. It's more of a like a salmony pink color. So it's going to be kind of closer to maybe this back section here. But these also might be brighter, more peachy. But I'll pull out some of my brighter reds as well so we can kind of get, you know, a difference. So you can kind of see the difference between them. So I think some of these are going to be a little bit more purpley pink. And those, okay, those neons aren't really going to compare. Maybe that one. Okay, so let's start with this guy. This is Frida, and it is way darker. We have My Heart Goes Boom, Executive Flame, which is way darker, Rodeo Drive, way brighter. A bit of that. This actually, I think, has like a little like shimmer to it, but you can't really see it. Florist is neon. That's not gonna. Think Pink. It's a little dustier. Berry Blush is a different tone, but kind of the same like range, I guess, maybe, but just a different tone. It's more purpley, where Tulip Flame is a little bit more on that kind of reddy tone. That's Flamingo Pink from D&D. Cupid's Kiss. This is darker, a little bit more purpley. Bittersweet, way darker, more red. Your One in a Million, brighter. The Chaser, a few shades darker. Bubbles Troubles is more of a like an orangey. That should actually put him in my orange section. So Hot. This one needs re-swatched very badly. I broke it and I just kind of glued it back together. But it's more of a neon. We have Pajama Party, which is also a neon. Bobbing Apples is got a little bit more of an orangey undertone. Gossip, which is a couple of shades lighter. Strawberry Infused Pink, which is a very, very super old one. Not comparable. Ready Red. This is like obviously not the same. What am I trying to say? Like it's the same kind of undertone of that kind of salmony red color, but way darker. We have Coral Flirt, which is a very super duper old one, and this is actually not too far off. In person, Coral Flirt looks just a tiny bit more to the orange side, where our Tulip Flame is a little bit pinkier. So they're not exact dupes, but they're close. Coral Flirt I don't believe is available anymore. Pearly, that's actually one of my neutrals. Get rid of him. Positive Tomato is more kind of more of that corally kind of look, and so is Candy Pop. So I think so far Coral Flirt looks like it's Tulip Flame would be a good replacement for Coral Flirt. If you have Coral Flirt and it's no longer available, if if you are out of Coral Flirt or like Coral Flirt, this would be a good replacement. So let me pull out a few of my brighter reds so we can kind of take a look at how it compares to those like brighter reds, because it's not red, but it has a little bit of a red kind of undertone to it, if that makes sense. If I'm making any sense, probably not. So Crackling Fire is way darker. Passion, also way darker. He's a super old one. And Affair to Remember is like kind of a classic red. Welcome to Las Vegas is more of that like orangey red. We have Hardcore, which these would look pretty together. They kind of have that same kind of vibe. But this is way redder, so this makes this look way more on the pink side. The Strip is darker. What's Your Type is kind of like a classic red shade as well. We have Apple Pie, which is a darker, more of like a brick. This is the Cherry Pudding Gel. So we have it's kind of a darker, but kind of that same vibe. So it kind of has that same like undertone to it. Love Out Loud is another kind of bright classic red. We have Perfect Red, so you can tell how it makes it look more pink. Love Potion is another like dusty brick red, as well as Astro Love, and LA Style is a super dark one that didn't really mean to pull out. So that is our red slash salmon slash pink one. And now on to the yellow. I don't have a whole bunch of light yellows. Oops. Oh. My nails are getting too long, y'all. I need to cut them so bad. Don't have the time. One day. Okay, so I think that's gonna be, that one's neon, that one's neon, that one. Okay, so I think we have it. So starting out with, oh, and this one's called Sunshine Love. So Sunshine Love is our yellow. Sunshine Love, it's a nice buttery yellow shade. So starting out we have the Star, which is way brighter. We have Honeycomb, which is almost like a little bit more of an orangey undertone, and it is lighter. I Need a Latte, which is kind of more that fall tone. It's got a dustier quality and it's darker. We have Lemon Drop, which I think was from a couple years ago maybe. It is way brighter. We have Divine, which is way lighter, almost a white compared to Sunshine Love. We have Bright Honey, which is brighter. Lightborn, which is closer but still brighter, so not quite as white like the Sunshine Love has like more of a white base to it, where Lightborn is brighter. Oh, this one is from Coco and Claire. It's called Fuzzy Duckling, so it's not comparable. Sundays, which is darker, almost kind of that like fall tone as well, darker. Lemon Pie. Okay, so here's super close, not exact. I feel like Sunshine Love has just a little bit more hint of saturation to it, so it looks just slightly different. I don't know, they look exactly the same on camera, but in real life they're a little bit different. Don't know if Lemon Pie is still available, so this would definitely be a good replacement for Lemon Pie if you have it and like it. Sunshine Love will be a good replacement for that. Mimosa, which is the super old OG yellow, much brighter. Not gonna pronounce that correctly. Don't come at me. Corrida? I don't know. I'm not gonna say that right, but it's darker. Doesn't compare. And then Birthday Cake, which was from one of their anniversary collections, I do believe. And it is kind of darker, dusty, almost more of a neutral instead of a yellow, but it has a yellow undertone to it. So I believe Lemon Pie is going to be our closest match. And I still say Sunshine Love is just a little bit more saturated. Maybe that's the term I'm looking for. It's just a little darker. So would you need them both? Probably not. But if you are a collector like me, then you gotta have them all, right? You gotta get them all. They're like Pokemon. You gotta catch them all. Okay. So moving on. Green. This one's probably gonna be a little bit difficult just because I have so many different variations of green and they're just kind of all over the place. So I'm just going to pull out the ones that I think will be comparable, and then if I see any more, I will also pull them out as I'm going through. But like green is so, like there's the bluey greens, the greeny blues, the blues that want to be green, the greens that want to be blue. I'm probably gonna miss a few in here. Just thinking that they're not gonna compare, but they might be a little closer. But you know, hey, I'm only human. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Okay, let's start with this little handful here. Oh, this one is called Springtime. So our green from the new collection here is called Springtime. And it is a springtime green. Okay, so let's start out here with Honeydew, which is dustier and more of a blue undertone. Love to Fiesta, which these would look pretty together. It's like a darker version. Dusty Pastel Green. This is very close. This one is very close. It's just a little dustier, as its name would suggest. It is dustier. We have Early Bird, which is a little bit brighter, more of like a green. Aries Season, which is also kind of more that yellow-based green. I Lime You, which is a lot lighter, but kind of the same undertone. We have Little Secret, which is brighter and a little bit more of a yellowy undertone. Rooftop Party. So this one is also very close, and I don't think that Rooftop Party is available anymore. It was one of their anniversary collections. It is just like a tiny bit brighter than Springtime. Springtime just has a little bit less saturation, so it has that dusty quality to it, but so far that one is the closest. Green Garden is a super duper old one. It is more of a yellowy based and also dustier. Vibrancy, which is I believe one of their Korean gel formulas. It is darker. Rainforest is another one that's like a yellowy based green. Makes Springtime almost look a little bluey, like tealy kind of blue. And then Basil is also a little bit more that yellowy based green. So I think we're gonna go with Rooftop Party being the closest. That one is not your Sublime. No, it's more of a neon. those are darker. That one is more blue. Yeah, I think that's gonna be probably our closest. So Rooftop Party, if you have Rooftop Party, you have kind of a sense of what springtime looks like. And if you don't have Rooftop Party and you like what that looks like, then get Springtime, because it's like just a shade darker. Just a tiny bit. Tiny bit. Okay. So there's our green. Now moving on to our blue, which is Tidal Glow. Tidal Glow. And it's kind of almost more of a periwinkle blue. So I don't think any of these lighter blues are going to compare, but we'll just snag them all up out of here and give it a go. Once again, I will get rid of any of them that are oh, that one's more green. That one goes back further. Any of them that I don't think will have like the coverage, because there's a couple of them that are like sheer. So we have Aloha, which is a dustier, almost like a greeny blue, gray blue. Cloudless, which looks like way green compared to that, but it is more of a blue. That should probably maybe go in that next section. I Rule, which is lighter, less of that periwinkle, more of like a true blue. Honest Sky, which is actually looks way more green, so we'll put him back. Magic Whispers from the Easter Egg collection. Take Me to Mykonos, which is darker, way more like a fall tone. Sleepy Eyes, which is more gray. We have Fresh Me Up, which is, they're similar, but they're not as close as what they look like on camera. The Fresh Me Up is that more like greeny blue, where Tidal Glow is more that periwinkle shade. I don't know if I can, I guess maybe that shows a little bit of the difference. Get closer. Oh, they look, oh yeah, I mean, I guess you can kind of tell, you can tell kind of at that angle. This is more of like that periwinkle shade. So not as close as what they look like on camera. So we have Groupie, which is a darker version, maybe a little bit more gray tone. We have Lucky Number 9, which is more of a purpley, so it's more of a true like periwinkle. So it's making Tidal Glow look a little bit more true to life compared to a purple, because it is more of a blue. We have our lightest blues here is Amor Azul, which is way lighter. Salty Foam, that's one of the sheer ones. New Quest is more of like a green gray kind of shade. Blue Passion, which is super duper light, almost looks white compared to that. We have Euphoria, which was from the 2023 Easter Egg, way lighter. We have Baby Blue, which is that more like, I guess, greeny tone blue as opposed to the periwinkle. Pure Cloud, lighter, like way lighter. These would look pretty together. And then Blue Jolie, which looks a little bit more of like that teal kind of green look. Let's see, I've got a couple other like periwinkle shades here. So we have Mama Bear, which is darker, but kind of that same tone, but it's darker. not close. I thought I had a couple more. This is Times Square. That is way darker, but those would look pretty nice together. But that's way more on the purple side of things. So I think that's gonna be about as close as we get with our blue one. I'll put those guys back in there, and we've got our purple one, which is called Lilac Bloom. And I will pull out my purple, first little purple section here. We'll kind of go through that, and then I've got another section back here that I'll pull out, and we'll go through that one as well, just to make sure. So we have Guardian Angel, which is more of a bluey tone. We have Angelic Sonata, which is pinker. Extravaganza, which is also more on the pink side. We have Blueberry Cream, which looks way blue compared. We have Creation, which is lighter. It is purple, but it's looking way pink compared to that purple. There's Mama Bear again, which is way bluer compared to the purple. We have the Persian Sea, which is lighter, but kind of that same kind of tone. We have Sweetness, which is way lighter, but the same kind of undertone. So they would pair nicely together in a set. We have Monday Blues, which is way darker. It's coming off a little bit more blue on camera, but they kind of have the same kind of undertone in real life. We have Royal Blue, which is way darker. We have Voila, which looks way pinker. We have Blue Jay, which is way, like, not as blue as what is coming off on camera, but it is bluer toned than Lilac Bloom. Chit Chat, which is way darker. We have Lillicent, which these would also look pretty together. It's like the lightest version of Lilac Bloom. That was from the 2023 Easter Egg collection. I Am What I Amethyst. Oh, this is from OPI. It's way lighter. Doesn't compare. Coco and Claire, that's not Glam. We have Glorious, which is more of a bluey tone. We have Lilac Lace, which is a lighter, kind of pinkier tone. I actually just did a set with that Lilac Lace and some chrome, and it turned out really pretty. We have Bluebell, which is what I thought Tidal Glow was going to look like, but no, it's way bluer. So it's kind of, I guess, the in-between there. That's not Madam Glam. We have Mystique, which these are close, but Mystique is darker, kind of more of a dusty fall shade. Raindrop, which is way lighter. Kind of Wonderful. This is actually pretty close. Kind of Wonderful is a little darker, but they have kind of the same kind of undertone, and they're super close in person. So I would say if you have Kind of Wonderful, this would be a good replacement. If it is no longer available, get Lilac Bloom. That one is not. And then we've got Iris, which is the pudding gel. I believe all of their pudding gels are in the outlet section now. So if you're interested in any of these that I may have shown that are the pudding gels, check out the outlet section. Okay, so our next section here, I don't think we're going to have anything that's super comparable, but we'll run through them real quick. We have Vita Loca. Nice Instrument, which is darker. Purple Hero, which is way darker, more of a pinky based. All the way up, which is pinker. We have Love for Lilac, which is kind of more that pinky, reddy tone. That one's not Madam Glam. We have Lavender Spring, which is also Lilac Bloom has a little bit more of that blue tone, like blue undertone. Office Chic, which is more of a plummy purple. Healing Glam, which is also more of that like pinky tone. We have Birthday Bash. French Valley, which is way grayer. Divine Self, which is kind of the same kind of soft undertone but different shade. Love Energy, which is more pink. We have New Moon, which almost looks white compared to that, but it's just has a slight hint of purple to it. We have Lilac You a Lot, which is pinker based. These are all kind of pinker. So we've got First Base, Soft Dream, Lilac Pursuit, Vanilla Sky, and then we have Purple Haze. Oops. We have Purple Haze, which is kind of that same undertone, but way lighter. Workaholic and Back to Cali, those two are super similar in themselves, but they are more of a neutral, but with a purple undertone. We have Blissfully Yours, which these would look pretty together, but it's way lighter. And then that one's from Coco and Claire. So that's the purple, and that is the end of the creams. And so let's get these guys put back. And I'll grab my cat eyes and we will take a look. All of the cat eyes. Okay, so my last holder has my neutrals, any special finishes, like these ones are speckly. They have like a speckly finish. And then the glass gels are back here, and then everything from here over is a cat eye. And so let's just do the same thing. So we'll start with our pinks, and I'll just kind of run through the pink. I have a bunch that are not Madam Glam, so we'll just kind of clear those out so we don't waste time on those. Okay, so we have this one is from the Home Alone collection. I believe it's pronounced Frizzante, and it is more of like a purpley based cat eye, or purpley based pink. But when I swatched these, I just did the velvet look. I didn't do the cat eye like normal, like how I normally do all of my swatches. I just did those differently for whatever reason. But that's that one. It's more of a purpley one. We have Fruit Punch, which is a super duper old one. It's more of that like tone on tone. We have Cozy Weather, which is like really a pretty close match as far as like the undertone on here, but it is that velvet like soft cat eye instead of the sparkly with the glitters and stuff. We have Love's Abyss, which is that super duper bright neon one from the Valentine's Day collection, and the other one is Sparkly Hearts, but they kind of have the same vibe. Blush Twinkle, sorry I didn't say the name of that one. Blush Twinkle is the pink one from the April collection. Has a holographic glitter in it as well. So we have Friendship First, that's a super duper old one as well. We have Moonlit Romance, and this is the one I thought it was going to be the closest to. And it is, for the most part, but it is different. So our Moonlit Romance has more of a pinky like base to it, where Blush Twinkle has a softer, like lighter pink, more of that silver kind of glitteriness to it. But they're similar. They're similar, but they do like different formulas. So, and then we we have Garden of Roses, which is also a super duper old one. So nothing is really going to compare to these. Like, nothing's really going to like be the same. Although I do want to, and I'll do it after I go through all the colors, because I want to check to see if these are also flash glitter. Just because the green one is called Lime Flash, and that kind of has me thinking that it is a flash glitter. But I don't know. Okay, so let's get rid of the non-Madam Glam here. So here's our red one. It is called Glazed Candy. So we have Glazed Candy, and this is Kevin. This is from the Home Alone or the Wandering New York collection. It's more of like a cranberry tone in the red. And it is, again, I didn't do the flash, like normal cat eye on those swatches. We have Ruby Madness, which came out last year, year before, as part of a 4 or 5 piece cat eye collection. But it is darker and not quite as sparkly, but very pretty. And it also kind of has more of that like kind of cranberry undertone. We have Cherry Mocha, which is that soft velvety cat eye. There's the cat eye look. It looks like a cherry cola. Wine and Berries, which is what I have on this hand, with my floral foil. But it's more of a purpley undertone. And then we have Sweet Merlot, which is also kind of, oh, I didn't do that one either. That was one of the other ones I didn't do the flash on. So as far as red, nothing's super duper close with that. So now our yellow / gold. I don't think I'm gonna have, I don't know that I have any that are from Madam Glam. Oh, I got one. Okay, I got one. I have one gold one from Madam Glam, and it's Yellow Diamond. So not comparable, obviously, not comparable. It's way more yellow, where Bedazzle, sorry I didn't say the name of that one either, it's Bedazzle. It is just kind of like a straight up gold cat eye. Which is so funny that I don't have any gold cat eyes. I mean, at least not swatched. Maybe I do floating around here somewhere that I just don't have swatched yet because they're not my go-to brand. Okay. So next up we have our Lime Flash. I did remember to say the name of that one. Lime Flash is our green one. So I'll grab my green, and again I will clear out the ones that are not Madam Glam. Okay, so here is Buzz, that is from that Wandering New York collection. I think some of these might still be available in the cat eye section, but I don't know if all of them are still available. But that's Buzz. That was the green from that collection, and it pairs really nice with the red. If I can find it, here's Kevin. So it does pair really nice with Kevin for like a Christmas look. You know, because they've got the same finish and whatnot, so they do look pretty together. Kevin just has a little bit of a, like, what did I say, cranberry kind of undertone. So there's Buzz. We have Autumn Breath, and this one kind of has that same undertone, that same like soft, almost sagey green, but is not sparkly, obviously. We have Green Pine, which is kind of their tone on tone. It's a super duper old one. Emerald Glaze. This one is also that same kind. Well, it actually looks a little bit more teal. Now that I'm looking at it, but it has kind of that same flash going on. You can see it's kind of almost got that gold and silver kind of flash, but not as sparkly as Lime Flash. We have Solar Wind, which is a super duper old one as well. And then we have Jade Dream, which is kind of like your go-to kind of straight up green. It is brighter and not as sparkly. Green onto the blues. Again, I'm probably not going to have too many here that directly compare. Oh, that's green. I have a few more blues. So our blue one here is called April Showers. And if you remember from earlier in this video, April showers bring May flowers. So yes, we're getting into springtime. Hopefully the weather will continue to get nice. I'm ready for sunshine and warm weather. Okay, so we have Thunder, Sleepy Morning, which is kind of that same, kind of almost the same undertone, but it's that velvety one. We have Cosmos, which is super duper like cobalt blue. Sapphire Love, which is darker, not quite as sparkly. Poetry, which is more of like a tealy blue. Free Spirit, which is actually way more green. I probably should have compared it to the green. It is more of a green. So there's that one compared to that one. And then the last one here is Icy Touch from the Valentine's Day Magnetic Love. My camera battery is about to die, so I'm going to stop here real quick and switch out the battery, and then we'll finish the purple one. I'll give you my final thoughts, and we will wrap this one up, so hold tight. Okay, new battery in, ready to go. So that was the finishing up. Sorry, my speaker just turned off. So that was it on the blue. Moving on to our last one, which is the purple one, which is called Heavenly. Heavenly. And let's grab our purple section here in the back. I have a couple of different sections of purple, so let me do this little section here first, because these ones are darker. We have Night Fever, which is way darker. We have Flying Purple, which is way darker. Around the Clock, Galactic Mist, Ryba, Home Alone, which this one I think was more purpley, or it was more blue, and it kind of turned purpley over the years. Just because this is the one that was from the Home Alone collection. Oh, and so was Home Alone. These were both from the Wandering New York collection, I believe it was called. It was kind of the Home Alone theme. The first kind of velvety cat eye ones. We have Pandora, and then Meteor Shower. So those are all like super duper old ones. Super duper dark purple. And then moving on to this guy, let me pull out the ones that are not from Madam Glam, and we will from there. So that's, yeah, like most of my purple cat eyes are not from Madam Glam. So I'm very happy to have this. This one is my favorite out of the whole collection, or collections, if these are multiple collections. So we have Pulse Fire, which is another super dark one with like a gold flash. We have Wild Berry, which has kind of got the same undertone, that same kind of purpley undertone, but obviously way different. We have Late September, which is more of a pinky. That was one of the other ones that is that velvety, kind of soft, teeny tiny particles. And then we have Lost in New York, and this was the Wandering New York collection. It was the purple from that collection. So nothing directly comparable to that either. And that is gonna do it for the comparisons for this collection. So we have green, blue, purple, and pink. And we'll do our little toppers in the middle, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Alrighty guys, so here we have our full collection in rainbow order with cat eyes, toppers, creams. Overall, I am very pleased with this collection. I love the formula. It is 2 coat coverage on the creams. No real streakiness like some cream shades can have. They can get a little like, you kind of get those little patchiness like up by the cuticle when you're painting it. It can be kind of a pain in the butt. Sorry, I'm trying to shift in my chair here because I'm sitting kind of weird. I've got so much stuff under my desk that I can't sit at my desk, so it's kind of a pain. It's kind of a pain. But I'm making it work. I'm making it work. But yeah, so overall, love the collection. Slash collections, if they are separate. I will obviously leave links in the description of this video to each of the collections, or the collection as a whole, or just to Madam Glam if you can pick them up separately. But if nothing else, get these cat eyes. Like if you have creams and you're like, creams are creams, I don't need creams. These are lovely. These are lovely and I love them. I love the formula. I'm going to get lots of use out of these. I've already used the blue one twice. Did I use the purple one? I don't think I used the purple one yet. Looking forward to using these in some spring sets because they do work really well together. But pick up the cat eye. These cat eyes are amazing. Oh yeah, I wanted to check to see if they were flash reactive. So give me a second. Get my flashlight, flashlight. You know, I can, well, I mean, maybe they got a little bit of a flash glitter going on in there. They are super duper sparkly. I mean, you can kind of see that maybe. It is super duper flashy. So, I mean, it doesn't say, let me turn off my flashlight. It doesn't say on here, you know, flash glitter cat eye gel polish. It just says gel polish. You know, so it is what it is. But they do look like they're kind of flash reactive, so they're super sparkly either way. But I highly recommend picking up these cat eyes. I am kind of obsessed with cat eye polishes at the moment, and I think I kind of have been for a while. So I was really super happy when I opened this box and I saw that there were cat eyes in this collection, because I really did love the ones that were in the February collection, the pink and then the blue, the 3 pinks and the blue. the Magnetic Love. Sorry, I need a sip of my tea. That was also my very first ever PR package, so maybe that holds a special place in my heart that I will always remember. I will always remember it. My prize package was mailed out the other day, and she received it for my very first giveaway here on YouTube. Was for my very first PR package from Madam Glam, and that was pretty awesome. You know, kind of, I think if you saw that video, you would know, or you would have heard me say that it's kind of like a dream come true, because it kind of is. It's kind of a dream come true for me to be in the position to be able to share all of my favorite things with you guys out in the internet, and to actually have, you know, a brand notice me and want to work with me. So I think it's pretty awesome. I think it's pretty awesome. And I'm very, very grateful, and I'm very, very thankful to Madam Glam for this opportunity. And I hope you guys enjoy these types of videos, because I do really enjoy making these types of videos. It not only helps me get all of my swatches up to date, and, you know, keeping all of my new polishes swatched so that I can offer it to my clients and they can actually see the actual swatch, instead of me just pulling out bottles from a box going, oh hey, look, this, I got this new, I got this new. So that gives them the opportunity to see it, and when they see it, they like it, they want it, they get it. But yeah, so I've used the purple Cateye. I think I mentioned that earlier. If I haven't already popped up the picture on screen, I will try to do that if I can, you know, get it to transfer and whatever, with my phone to my laptop and all of the things. But then I did use the blue a couple of times, just on a full color, one color set. So I didn't take a picture of that, because I normally don't take a picture of that. But yeah, so highly recommend picking up those cat eyes. They are beautiful. Love them, love them. And not only because they're a cat eye, but like, they're seriously just pretty sparkly right out of the bottle. So like, that is just a pretty sparkly holographic full coverage glitter. I mean, you couldn't really ask for more. Love this shade, love this shade. But as always, we have Madam Glam are vegan. They are cruelty-free, TPO-free, which I've mentioned in the last couple of videos. This is newer to their like kind of repertoire, but there is apparently a TPO ban, which TPO is a chemical compound that has been banned in some countries here and there. That is it's basically like what helps the polish cure in the light. So it's like a photo initiator type thing, and that particular chemical compound has been banned because it's harmful. So they are free of that. Don't know if they've ever had it in any of their polishes before, but they do now put it on the label. And they're also a 21 free formula, which means they are free of 21 of the most harmful ingredients that can be in nail polish / beauty products and so on, and they are HEMA free. So Madam Glam is one of the best gel polish companies that I know of that has really taken the steps to be a safer gel product. with all of the crazy starter kits that are on Amazon and all of the cheapy fly-by-night type gel company or gel brands that are out there. Madam Glam really has worked really hard to be one of the safer gel polishes that are out there for not contributing to the ongoing allergies that are happening with some of the chemicals, especially HEMA. HEMA is the one big one that people are getting allergic reactions to HEMA. They are becoming very allergic, having some really bad reactions and such. So shout out, thank you to Madam Glam for, you know, doing right by, you know, making it healthier, making it safer. That's what we want. We don't want, you know, nasty chemicals in our gel polish. So yeah, that's about all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll try to scoot them all in here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and you know, hit the little subscribe button while you're at it. If you're new, if you're not subscribed, I mean, what are you waiting for? But yeah, so make sure that you are subscribed and you hit that notification bell so you know when I post. And yeah, leave me some comments down below. Let me know what is your favorite from this collection. Let me know if you're gonna pick any of these up. Like I said, I recommend well, I recommend getting it all because why not? But you know, if you're just looking to pick up a couple, let me know which ones. What's your favorite cream shade? What's your favorite glitter shade or cat eye shade? What do you think of these toppers? I didn't show these over any colors. I just kind of did it by itself. But here it is, kind of over that purple. So it looks super cute. And I really kind of just blobbed it on there too to just get kind of that full glitter payoff. You can kind of place the glitters where you want them. Make it a little bit more sparse. You could do a second coat if you wanted to. They do lay pretty smooth. But you could always buff over the surface and do a regular top coat over top if it had any little lumpy bumpies sticking up. And here is our little speckly guy. So super cute, super cute. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you would pick up either one of these specklies. What do you think of glitter toppers? Is it something that you like, or would you pass? I think they're fun. I have a few clients who don't really do a whole lot of nail art, but they would maybe kind of jump on the train of doing a little glitter topper. So I like to have a bunch floating around here so they can choose from it. But yeah, so I'm gonna stop rambling on and I will let you guys go. So yeah, I hope you like this video. I hope that you all have an amazing day. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me some comments down below. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next video.